words used interchangeably, but they are different. Hospice is a doctor says that you have about 6 months or less to live, and we're going to do comfort care measures for you. You might have nursing, you might have medication. There's also bath aides, there's a social worker that comes with a hospice team, there's grief counseling for a year out. Palliative care is one that I would like to see more of. Just if you have some decisions about your end of life that you would like accommodated, it would be nice for the medical team or anyone that's with you or working with you to honor your wishes. And it's a tough one because anytime you go see a doctor, they're going to intervene. That's their job. They want to help you. They're going to diagnose and give you assistance. But there are points in our life that we might want to choose palliative. There are some teams out there, I believe University of Washington and Swedish, and I'm not sure if Overlake still has theirs, but these are folks that will just help you with what you want, not necessarily active, aggressive interventions. Okay, so now we're going to go to the types of settings, and we're going to do more hand raising in the back. So this is first care. There is an option to have care in your own home. And I got to tell you, most people in my 25 years of serving older adults and families, this is what they want first. They say, how can I get help in the home first? I don't want to leave. Think of my dad, Boeing engineer, been in that house 50 years. He doesn't want to leave. He's going to have help first. So that could be me. I could be doing the help as a family member. Could be friends. It could be neighbors. I have seen neighbors help out neighbors in a caregiving role, and I just love to see that. Hired help. There are in-home care agencies that you can hire. They will do anything from soup to nuts. They will do that light duty care. Maybe you just need a ride once in a while. Maybe you need a little housekeeping. But if that's all you need, that's all they'll do. All the way along the continuum of care, if you need hands-on care. There are agencies that will do this. These are licensed. You pay a fee for this. Average, it can be higher or lower depending on what you're doing, 25 to 35 an hour. And then there's this whole network of people that are not part of a licensed home care agency that people hear names and do referrals, and we call them individual providers. My cautionary tale about that is you want to be sure that this provider is on the up and up, who will do the employment for them, their taxes, their background checks. And I'm not here to say that all folks that are not part of a licensed care agency or an employment are bad. It's just that that's when I see things go wrong. So just be cautious if you're going to hire on your own. You got to be ready to pay their taxes. I know, not everyone does that. There's pain under the table, but just consider the worker, if they don't establish their own Social Security history, they won't have anything to draw on. You have to have 40 work credits in order to draw Social Security at retirement. So even though maybe someone says, no, just pay me cash, just be careful about that. Just a cautionary tale. And I want you to consider yourself a retirement home. Everyone is, okay? Everyone is. So this is fairly independent senior housing. And what I mean by that is really at baseline, they're going to offer some activities, some meals, they're going to do a little transportation, they're going to do housekeeping in your apartment, and you can see an average cost. That number moves, so do not take that as gospel, okay? It depends on the building, it depends on the amenities that they provide, and so you don't know what that's going to be, or the size of your apartment, say. Assisted living. Now this one's a wiggly term because that has a continuum. It can be a little bit of assistance, we can walk it down, and it can be a lot of assistance. So when you are visiting with the tables, make sure you understand what level of care they're providing and how far along the care model will they provide. So all the things that I said before, and include you have to be screened to be on an assisted level of care. And that's a screen where a doctor fills out a form, the person from the place you're looking at might come out and do a screening as well, so that they can make sure they adequately care for you. Memory care is another type of service that is offered under assisted living. Medication monitoring, this is a lot of times when I see people go into that, is that they're struggling with how to take their medications. There's a nurse working somewhere. They may not be there 24/7, but they might be on call, and they're usually there during the day hours. There's personal care needs being met, hands-on. There's activities, and that can range anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 and more. Adult family homes is under the assisted living category, but it's a different licensure from the state. I don't know if you know about these. How many people know about adult family homes? Yeah, about a third of you, yeah. No more than 6 people can be licensed in an adult family home. They're scattered all over the area, all over the state. We have, 1, 2, 3, 4, we have 6 on Mercer Island licensed right now, and they're scattered all over the island, south, north, and they can specialize in certain areas. You can see dementia care specialty, mental health, and we've also had homes that are for the younger adults who are developmentally disabled. You, again, have to be screened medically to see if you need that level of care. It includes everything from the other slides that I talked about, but it may not include activities in the home. Assisted living buildings tend to have activities that are provided, but adult family homes, less institutional looking, they're homes, but they may not have activities, so you might need to be going out for that. And that average cost, it depends. If you can share a room or if you don't. They tend to be the places that do accept Medicaid more readily, and I'll talk a little bit more about that as well, what Medicaid means. And then, skilled nursing facilities. I remember growing up calling them nursing homes. These are long-term care settings, 24-hour specialty care. There's an RN, a nurse, there's CNAs or certified nursing assistants. This is a medical facility. You have to have medical needs to be there. We are closing, the state doesn't have as many as they used to. In fact, we've had a lot of closures in the last 10 years. So they're finding alternatives. People don't need to necessarily spend their lives, the rest of their lives in nursing home care. High level of medical care. But they are also a place that you might do a short stay because you might need a rehab benefit. I go get my hip done, I go to a rehab because the PT and the OT staff are gonna help me walk again and get used to my new hip, and then I leave. So you might, throughout your lifetime, do a short stay in a skilled nursing facility. And we really only have one on the island that will do short stay skilled, and that is Covenant Shores. Otherwise, you would be looking off island for that. But everyone comes into these buildings, the doctor, the podiatrist, the dentist, everyone comes to you because again, it's high medical care. And the cost privately, not Medicare, can be about $9,000 and up. Then we talk about continuum care needs. These are places that aren't providing just one level of care, they do some graduated care. And we have, let's see, raise your hands, who are considered CCRCs? Covenant Shores. Covenant Shores will have all levels of care provided. You're moving into an independent apartment. If you need more care along the way, then you might move into assisted. If you need a short stay at a rehab, you might do that. But if dementia happens, you might need to go into the dementia unit. They also have one of those. These are usually buy-ins. There's some type of fee that you pay to go in, and you pay a monthly maintenance. And that's what buy-ins kind of mean. They would really like you to move in when you can enjoy all the amenities, not when you need care right away, but I have seen some times where you might move in when you need care right away. It kind of depends on their availability of space. And they will do both a health financial screening of some sort